Hey,
Good morning, everyone. How are you?
good to see everybody. See everybody.
Yeah. We've been sitting here for the last 5 minutes talking about, hey, what are we going to talk about today?
Hey, this is not news to you. We've told you this before. A lot of times we show up and go, hey, what are we going to talk about today?
However, today, we're drawing some blanks.
Yeah, some days are like that.
We
I
have-
think it's the rain.
It could be,
I'm so tired of the rain.
It could
And
be-
I don't mean to go negative in the first minute, but
he
I'm so
does.
tired of
That's
it.
the way he is.
I'm so tired of the rain.
But it was sunshine today. We got some grass mowed yesterday at the church, finally.
Oh, yes.
I didn't
yes.
think Stephen and he were going to be able to get through any of it, but they got quite a bit of it
They
cut.
did. There's more to do, but it's got to dry out a little bit more.
I think we're looking forward to summer. That's where we're at.
Hot and dry.
I got a camp meeting tonight.
Yes.
Camp's 4.5 weeks away.
That's right. Next week, I leave. I'm gonna go see mom and dad for a day or two just before the SBC Southern Baptist Convention. That starts next weekend. So
What's today, the 3rd?
today is the 3rd.
2 weeks from today, I'll be another year older.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be driving home 2 weeks from today from the convention.
Don't forget my birthday present.
Okay. I'll bring you something from Nashville
Hot chicken.
because that's where I'm going to be.
If it's not Nashville hot chicken, I don't want it. And I want it fresh.
It'll
So,
it'll be hot chicken. Now, how fresh it's going to be.
I don't know if I could eat
Because
that.
I'll leave there probably. I'll probably get on up and get out of town because it's an 11-hour drive.
Yikes.
And I will drive it straight. So
You can
it's
probably
just
do
me.
it.
See,
You
it's
can probably
just
do it
me.
9.5, just you though.
It's just me.
Because if your traveling companion is anything like my traveling companions, we have to stop every 2 hours.
Well, now I will. Yes, that is true, but I won't. I don't want to throw shade. There's a reason why we have to stop every 2 hours, and it's not bladder control. Dulcie, several years ago, had blood clots. Following it, she just had a knee scope, and she had blood clots. And so ever since then, they have said, you can't go in the car the way you used to. Every 2, maybe 3 hours, you got to stop and walk. You got to, even if you just get up and walk around the car twice, you have to stop and walk.
So how do you fly anywhere?
We don't. It's too expensive to fly.
Nah, it's cheaper to fly almost.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
I love to fly.
Oh, I love to fly, but okay. So if I were to fly to Nashville, okay, I'm going to fly to Nashville. That's a $280 ticket because Nashville's stupid high on their airline costs.
Yeah.
But then, okay, then what? I got to rent a car, and then I got to Uber, and it's just cheaper to drive. Her car gets 34 miles a gallon.
You got 2 good legs.
Yeah, that hotel is a long way away. And besides, usually we take the RV, but since I'm the only one
Right.
going, I opted for a cheap hotel because it's just me. I don't care what it's like, and she and I are going to trade cars, and I'll take her a little gas sipper.
I don't think I could do that.
Couldn't do what?
Stay in a cheap roach
Well,
motel.
it was $70, $75 a night, but it is a Ramada-esque. It's in the Ramada family, so it's not like it's going to be Roach Motel.
Okay. Because I could not do that for a week. I couldn't do that for a day.
Yeah. There was one time we went to the convention and, I just booked a hotel. This was years ago. I just booked the hotel best I could, always trying to save money, always trying to do this, save church money because church was paying for the convention. Always trying to save money where I can. And we got it, and it's like, oh, we stayed one night. Nope, can't do this. And it was in Atlanta.
That's nasty.
It was in Atlanta,
Nasty.
so we changed hotels, and we couldn't. There was a safety issue. There was a health issue. There's certain parts of Atlanta you don't want to stay in, but there's certain parts.
There's certain parts of every city.
There's certain parts of Fort Worth you don't want to stay in.
Every major city you don't want to stay in.
So, yeah. I'm gonna go see the parental unit for a day or two. I'll get there Thursday night, stay Friday, then I'll leave Saturday afternoon. It's only 2 hours from their house to Nashville,
So it's a
morning
trip.
I can drive straight to Nashville, and it's 1,450 miles. I can drive straight to mom and dad's house. It's 1,450 miles. So it's the same.
Yeah.
It's just it's the two sides of that triangle,
Right.
and but it's the shorty on the on the base.
Well, at least you got the short back end. Short back end.
So yeah, so they're happy. They're going to be happy, I'm sure. I called and said, "Hey, y'all going to be home?" Because they like to go to the lake and sit. So, but they're not.
So your summers basically kick off every year with convention.
Usually, for several years, when we were in Oklahoma, right now we would be at kids camp.
Right. The kids are at kids camp right now.
Yes, I so wish we could do that. Their kids camp is awesome.
Get it right, Texas.
Well, I mean, the school schedule just doesn't allow it.
Especially this year. Holy
Well, especially
cow.
this year. School schedule. So yeah, there was a year that school ended. We went straight to kids. We went straight to kids camp. We got back from kids camp on. Where did we go? We go first half. We went second half. So we got there Wednesday. We came home Saturday. VBS started Monday. We had VBS Monday to Friday. We pulled out Friday at 1:00, leaving for convention.
Good night.
And we left for convention, and we're there for the week. And then we tried to have a few days of vacation before coming home, and which would turn right around into I was boys camp director. So we'd come home, I'd be home 3 days, and go to boys camp for 3 days, and then that was June. June was gone.
Yeah, that's
June was gone.
that's like what May was for me. May went by in a flash for
Well,
me.
then we'd roll into Falls Creek because we would go to Falls Creek.
Yeah.
Same week.
In July.
So we'd roll right out of boys camp. Would be done on Saturday. We'd leave for Falls Creek on Monday, and then we get back from Falls Creek. We'd roll into 1 year. I was actually camp pastor for girls camp, so I got back from Falls Creek on Saturday. Girls camp started Monday. I mean that summer.
You're home just long enough to do laundry and then leave.
That summer was a crazy summer, but for about 3 years it was kids camp, VBS convention. And I mean, June was just a blur. So, yeah.
That would be a struggle.
But convention has been for literally 100 years. It's been in June. They can't seem to find their way to a cooler spot if they're going to schedule this thing in
Yeah,
June.
we should be up north somewhere, huh? Is there anything in Minnesota or Michigan or?
They had it in Seattle one year. I'm like, when are we going back?
Yeah, but Seattle's like Texas has been the last couple of weeks, all the time.
Yeah, but Phoenix. We like to go to Phoenix. Apparently,
It's a dry heat.
okay. I can stick my head in the oven and say it's dry, and
It's still the oven.
It's still hot.
It's still the oven.
And scheduling in the summer is so complicated.
Let me tell you what complicated is. I have a very large family. Just me, my brothers and sisters, right? There's me and 2 brothers, 2 sisters. And we were texting back and forth the other day. Hey, we really need to get together sometime.
Right? Nobody's got a wedding to pull it off. So.
Right. I mean, my niece is having a baby this summer. She and her husband have their first child in July, August. I don't know.
Careful now.
I don't know. I don't know. But they're in Paris, Texas, so we'll be going up there for
That's not that far though.
hopefully to see them.
Yeah.
Go
see the little Eiffel Tower while you're there.
Really?
Literally, they have a miniature Eiffel Tower in Paris, Texas. You got to go see it.
Go on.
You got to take your picture, and if you do it just right, it'll look like you're at the Eiffel Tower. It's awesome. Seriously.
I don't have those kind of camera skills.
But they do. They have in Paris, Texas. They have a.
I'm gonna have to
miniature
find
Eiffel
me like a
Tower.
15-year-old girl that does all those iPhone
Yeah,
tricks.
exactly. Yeah. Just
I don't-
hand it off to anybody
Yeah,
this high or lower, and you'll be
I
fine.
don't have one of those in my house. And my son, if you've seen my Facebook, clearly can't take a serious picture. But we're discussing over text. Hey, we really need to get together.
Mm-hmm.
Because last year we couldn't all, at Marcus and Lex's wedding, we
Right.
couldn't all be together because of COVID. My brothers and sisters were all here, but all my nieces and nephews couldn't be here. We have a very large family.
Right.
Like my nieces and nephews have children that are Evan's age.
Right.
So, hey, when are we going to get together? Well, not this summer, clearly, because it's shot. Hey, let's go to the Gulf Coast next summer.
Right. Well,
Okay. So there's literally probably, Laura Cheryl help me out later, 45, 50 of us.
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So where are you gonna stay exactly?
Where do we stay?
Yeah.
Where do we stay?
Take up a whole hotel.
No, we'll do Airbnb or Verbo or.
So a whole block of a whole neighborhood of homes you need to
They have some very large homes.
But for 45?
Yeah. Well, just me is 10.
I know. You got
Just-
a whole house on your own.
Right. And so my brother Bill has 37 if he wants to bring everybody.
Oh my God.
Literally. I mean, I don't know where in the world he got all these kids from. Anyway, Laura Cheryl, don't tell Bill I said that.
No. 1, 2, 4 kids is 6. Lex is 7. I know.
Well, I'm
Ryan's got a girlfriend.
assuming Chris would go.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, I know Ryan's got a girlfriend. Carter's got a girlfriend. Evan, I mean, he's pretty. He should have a girlfriend.
He'd have
but
time
doesn't
for a
have
girlfriend.
time for a
He'd have
That's
time
all.
for a
That's okay though.
He don't have time for a
You know,
girlfriend.
that's what my son keeps saying. I don't have time.
He'll end up with somebody
Yeah.
down
Yeah.
the line. God has
Hey,
a plan.
By the way, nice pic of Evan the other day with his medal.
He is such a dork. We had this nice backdrop, just a black wall.
So good that
All
he
you
looks
had,
like his mama.
I know. If he looked anything like me, we'd be in trouble. Yeah, I would try to, Evan, let me get a picture. This is kind of a big deal, right? So he's got to give me this.
Hold the medal. Oh,
It's not even a gun. He's just like a thumbs up or
at least he can stick his tongue out.
not anymore.
That was so last year. on
It'll be
TikTok.
my most liked picture of 2021.
You just foresee it now.
Yeah.
So you're trying to get everybody together in the Gulf Coast, and it's not happening.
No. So I said, hey, how about this? What if we go on vacation in Missouri? Because 3 out of 5 of them are in Missouri.
Okay.
Just me here and my brother Kevin
Drive to Missouri, drive the Gulf
in
Coast.
Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Same for me.
Yeah.
Easy for the Missourians.
Sure.
Easier for the Oklahoman.
Right. Still not happening?
We're talking about it's easy stuff. We can go to a Cardinal ball game. We're all Cardinals fans.
Mm-hmm.
Dad wouldn't have had it any other way.
Sure. All right.
Let's go to the zoo. The St. Louis Zoo is
It's one of the better ones.
and it's free.
Really?
It's free. 100% free. You pay for parking. That's it.
Wow.
You pay for parking. If you want to go on the train, you pay for the train. Other than that, everything's free.
That's awesome.
So you can walk and you could spend a day there.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So we got that. We got the riverfront. Let's go see the St. Louis Arch. Let's go
Right.
down and
Do all the cheesy things.
yeah,
I've been up the arch. It's cool.
yeah. Go vacation in your own hometown.
Right.
So we talked about doing it anyway, just me and my family and kids.
Right.
You know, we've been to Missouri so many times. My kids have never seen the arch.
Right.
They're like, "What's the big deal? It's just an arch."
Yeah. It's kind
Yeah.
of cool to go up in
Until
it,
you
though,
get up underneath it and you look up and,
and you realize how high it is.
holy cow! I've never
Yeah.
been up in the arch.
Yeah. I don't want to clean those windows on the outside.
I don't think I'll ever go up in the arch. I don't trust it.
Oh, it's fine.
No.
It only sways a little.
Yeah, not happening. I'm not afraid of heights. No,
You respect them though.
I'm afraid of falls.
But you respect the height.
yeah, the height doesn't scare me. The fall from it is what scares me.
Right. Hey, Eric's not with us today. Where's Eric today?
He's
on the streets of
he's
Fort
on the main
Worth, so-
streets of Fort Worth somewhere.
Doing something. They could be out of town though. They might be out of town today.
He would surely still be listening.
The summer schedule, man, it is so complicated. And and not to be that guy, but I remember when summers were not so busy. I mean, as a kid, it didn't seem like they were this busy.
We rarely did much of anything when I was a kid in the summertime. You know, we didn't go anywhere. I remember one vacation we took as a family. We went to Hot Springs, Arkansas, with my Aunt June and Uncle Gus.
Yeah.
It's
We
the only
never- we
vacation
never
I
went
can ever
anywhere.
remember taking.
We were too poor to go anywhere.
Right. Us too. You know, Mom couldn't take a week off work. Dad couldn't take a week
Right.
off work. So I'd go to the pool every day, and they had a little summer kids camp
Mm-hmm.
that the park board put on that I would go to. But yeah, my summers were very mundane.
Yeah, just
I can't, you had baseball at night. There was
Right.
always lights on at the ballpark, so I was always at the ballpark.
Right.
Whether I was playing ball, watching ball, or playing basketball, as old men were playing softball. As I got older, we'd spend our Wednesday nights up there playing basketball because we'd use the lights from the softball field.
Right.
And they'd,
Right.
a Wednesday night beer league, they would go till 10:30, 11 o'clock.
Sure. So you'd play ball till
Yeah,
10:30.
so we'd play ball till 10:30, 11 o'clock.
Right.
And I was much smaller than I was now. I'm telling you, when I joined the Navy, I was 138 pounds.
Woo.
Yeah. That was 29 years and 100 pounds ago.
Right.
Hey, Maria.
Hey. Buenos dias, Maria.
Mireya. Said that right, I hope.
You got to roll your R's better.
Rrr.
There you go.
Rrr.
You got to roll the R's. I am not good at that. My daughter is
know how I-
basically a natural
You know how I
speaker at
learned how to
this
do
point.
that?
No.
The Ruffles commercial.
Ruffles.
Ruffles have ridges.
Oh my gosh.
That's the
And you, s-
that's the only way I learned how to do.
and you sound French when you do it.
Well, maybe I am French. I don't know. Hey, we've talked about a whole lot of nothing today. So if you haven't,
Well, you know,
nothing,
we're waxing nostalgic these days.
nothing,
You know?
nothing deep and philosophical today.
No, and that's okay because life is not always about the deep and philosophical.
And I think we hit him pretty hard the last couple of
Yeah,
weeks.
we did. So you get your break week in right now.
I do that with the youth. So we have
It's an ebb and flow.
first
you know.
first Wednesday Funds Day.
Yes,
So
which was yesterday.
yeah, we had some redneck games out.
Can you say that? Is that politically correct now? I mean, are you not going to offend somebody?
I'm a redneck. I don't care.
Yeah.
Do what I want.
Talk about yourself. You
I
don't care.
can do what I want.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we had bean bags and we had man, I bought this junky little badminton set that's had these plastic horseshoes in it. You can't throw them anywhere. And then you
They
remember
just blow in the wind.
Do you remember lawn darts?
Oh, jarts.
Yeah.
I love them.
So,
Poke somebody's eye out with those things.
right. Well, they're making a comeback. But instead of actually having a dart pointy end,
Of course not. We can't have that.
right. You know why? I'm
'Cause they
not
might-
even going to say it.
Well, I mean, have you seen some of the warnings on packages? these
Yeah.
days?
Don't use the blow dryer in the shower.
Don't eat the Tide Pods.
Don't-
You know.
Why do you have to be told that?
Right. Don't
Why?
don't put the bag over your head.
Don't throw
Seriously, I know this.
Don't throw sharp darts at people. No kidding.
This cape will not make you fly.
Right?
Duh. Of course, it's not going to make you fly.
You know what we've
They
done?
do it on TV. No.
It's the dumbing down of America. You have to tell everyone everything about every pitfall.
I read a book called The Coddling of the American Mind. We've done it to ourselves. And that's the thing. Our generation and older we can gripe and complain all we want about the millennials. And by the way, millennials are not teenagers anymore. Those are Gen Z.
Yeah, they're like 26.
They're 26 to 40. You know, my son will be 20 this year. He's on the edge.
Yeah, he's
In the broad spectrum, 21 to 40 now is the millennials. They're all adults now. And then you got the Gen Zers, which is youth group and kids ministry today.
what's next? Gen AA?
We don't.
Where are we going?
I don't know. Maybe we start over.
What did we ever have a Gen A?
No.
Yeah, I think we
Yeah, we did. That was Adam and Eve.
I guess that was a long time ago. Long time ago.
But we've done this to ourselves. We really have. And that's the thing. We can complain about these two generations. Guess who raised them?
Yeah, we did.
Us and the boomers raised this generation. So how do we complain when they become what we've allowed them to become?
So we were
How does that happen?
I was sitting out at football signups last Saturday.
Warning, deep and philosophical coming.
Deep and philosophical coming. We're raising a bunch of sheltered, bubbled, don't let my baby get hurt kids.
I learned the most through getting hurt.
Yeah, you learn to not be stupid.
I learned the most through getting hurt, whether it's romantically or physically or even spiritually. I've learned the most through the bumps and bruises.
Right. Don't be stupid. I have a saying, play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Right.
Just saying, if you're going to do something stupid, there's going to be, we've taken all the consequences away.
Make a stupid decision, stupid consequences come.
Yeah.
And us swooping in to prefix it for them does not always solve the problem. And I find myself doing this. My wife and I had this conversation this morning,
Nice.
that our attempt to just be helpful, is it actually long-term being helpful?
Right.
I have one child that doesn't necessarily look at their bank account real often, and I have one child obsessed with it. I'll leave that for you to figure out which one is which. It's not what you think. And the one child that doesn't, we were talking about how, because I really don't want to shame them
Of course not.
by the names. The one child.
Well, they're not on Facebook anyway, so as long as we're not on Twitter or Instagram.
This
or,
doesn't go to TikTok, so I'm
No.
sure it'll be fine.
Yeah, we're
But
fine.
anyway,
we could take some 1 minute segments and
we
put them on
could.
TikTok. though.
One child does not look at it very often, and I've had to have conversations. Have you checked this prior to spending money? Now, logically, they know
Yeah.
that it's not a never-ending thing. Logically, they know money doesn't grow on trees. Logically, they know it's a finite amount. They know that, and yet, if you have a laid-back personality, it doesn't necessarily translate into being fully aware
Right.
of things.
So funny thing because
So now you know which one it is, if you don't mind.
it also happens with Evan. So Evan has.
Oh, you're going to throw that shade out.
Oh,
You don't care.
Carter was just as bad. So I have a Cash App card,
Yeah.
so they can use as a
Right,
debit card.
right.
And so Evan has gone and it's declined. He'll call me, Dad. That Cash App card didn't work. Yeah, it's
Well-
because there's no money on
Right.
there.
Why do you think it? Let's ask that question. Why do you think it doesn't work?
Yeah.
I'm sure you've done that.
Oh yeah, he knows why. So now instead of getting to the cash register and swiping the card and it doesn't
Dad,
work,
is there money in the cash?
that's exactly right. Dad, how much is on the Cash App card?
I want to eat because he eats 42 times a day.
Yeah, he does. He does. But I mean, he doesn't eat out a lot. He eats
No,
at home
no,
most of
I
the
know.
time.
But it's just so.
But that's a consequence that he learned. Now he has
Yeah.
to know. Hey, is there money available?
Well, this trouble that I had, that I struggled with, is it's Samuel.
That's what I thought it was.
It's Samuel.
That's what I thought it was.
And I want him to have the college experience. COVID
Yeah.
messed that up bad enough. But at the same time, it's like, okay, your bank account, because they're paying for their own cars.
Right.
I have insurance and I pay for that, but they're paying the car payments. And I appreciate that and I applaud that. But the money was dwindling, and I kept saying, hey, do you know, because I have the app, and so do they.
Sure. And you think that
Every morning, I'm obsessed with it, but I don't want insufficient fund fees coming
Right.
through, and I don't want a car payment missed.
which doesn't make sense to me. I don't have the money that's in the bank to charge it, but you're going to charge me money because I don't have money. Where am I supposed to get that money from?
It's a fine.
Money
It's
trees?
just a fine. Like my daughter's bank account.
And why do they call it a fine? It's not fine.
Right.
Now we're a comedy show.
Yeah. Why do they call it a driveway if you park in it?
Yeah.
And a parkway if you drive in it? Yes.
Anyway.
Her bank account has a clause that if the checking runs out, they just draw from the savings automatically with no
Which-
fees.
Which could be a bad thing.
Well, yeah, but I mean, in the event of an emergency,
Yeah, you won't have an insufficient
Right.
funds.
and
My bank's the same way.
absolutely, but the bank that we use doesn't do it that way. And so that's part of having a free account is that you don't have some of the perks.
Right.
Because I don't want to pay bank fees if I don't have to.
No.
So, it's just like, hey. And so, I drop money in the account to cover it, and it's just like, okay, at what point do you have to, at what point do you have to let them fly? Because it seems like college today is in some ways like high school was when we were growing up.
Yeah.
We're not fully grown yet. When we went to college at our ages and older than us, you were fully grown when you went to college.
Yeah.
I mean, in some ways, they dropped you off. It's like, hey, good luck.
Love you.
I mean, I only lived 45 minutes away. Freshman year, I went home every weekend. I had a job on the weekend and a girlfriend, so I went home every weekend. I cut both and felt a lot more freedom my sophomore year.
Yeah. Maybe.
But but it seems to me like college today, we don't treat them the way we were.
Right.
And I don't know if that is helping or hurting. Because if it's pushing adulthood off further, then what's that going to do long term?
Well, see, we also have resources where we can view from a distance better what's going on.
Sure.
I can. We like to send gentle reminders, right? Not necessarily.
Hey, boys, how gentle are they really?
They're gentle. Hey, there he is. Morning, Eric. So I won't come out and say, hey, Marcus, you're being an idiot.
Well, he's 26. You might now.
Yeah, but when he was in college.
Right.
When he was in college. Man, when
Yeah.
he was in college. It was...
Okay, focus. Keep going, because you're going to get
So-
lost here in a second.
Sometimes you just wonder,
Are they ever going to make it?
have I totally failed?
Right? Where did I go wrong?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, how does he not know this at this point in his
Thank
life?
you. Thank you. How do you not know this yet?
How do you?
But we didn't teach him.
Yeah, but I wasn't taught some of the basics of life. Again,
The
you learn
coddling
through
of the American
you learn
mind,
through consequences,
which
right?
we have removed in so
Don't-
many ways.
Don't jump off the top of the slide because you're probably going to hurt your knee.
Right.
It's
Right.
Don't climb on a metal roof to get a frisbee that somebody threw up there,
Because you'll burn your knee or cut it on the way down.
or you'll cut it and then think you have lockjaw because they said you're going to get lockjaw.
I feel like this is a true story.
It is a true story. Here I am. Remember that summer thing that I was telling you about? We had those little summer day camps.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, the older guys, the teenagers, I was small. I was a small child, so
So
they
You went up
We
Yeah.
threw a frisbee
Yeah.
and it got up on a metal roof.
in the summer.
And this was probably late 70s, early 80s, probably like 81, 82.
So it had no coating on it to protect.
No, it was rusted.
Right. Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
it was a rusted metal.
Good. Did you
tin
have your
roof.
tetanus shot, or you got one after that?
I had one, but kids were a lot different back in the early 80s and late 70s.
We had no fear.
And they're like, well, yeah, because I jumped down. I cut my knee.
Right.
Let's see. I remember, there it is right there. I have a nasty scar right there.
Right.
'Cause I didn't get stitches or anything.
Well, no. You glue it up, move on.
Yeah.
Throw some
But-
dirt on it, pack it in tight.
I lived literally a block
Mm-hmm.
from the city park. For whatever reason, I ran down the road this time instead of running through the yards. But they had put in my mind that I was going to get lockjaw,
Oh my gosh.
right?
They lied to you.
I don't think lockjaw happens
Doesn't
in like
exist that way.
minutes.
Doesn't exist
Right?
that way.
So, of course, me being the overthinking 8-year-old, I'm running home and I'm feeling,
Oh my
I
gosh.
just start turning up my jaw like this, like, I think I'm gonna die.
Oh my
I don't want to die. And
Your mom was like,
I get home. Mom, they told me I'm gonna die. I'm like, what are you doing? Open your mouth.
"Oh, it works."
Oh, Mom, I cut my knee.
And
And
she's bleeding on the carpet.
yeah, I could see you cut your knee, genius. You've ruined your socks, your good shoes.
Yeah. Then the next question: why were you wearing your good shoes at the?
Yeah, why are you at the park in your good shoes? Why weren't you wearing play clothes?
Because back in the day, you had good shoes and you
yeah,
had outdoor shoes.
yeah, you had play clothes and you had school clothes.
That was it. And the two should not get in.
Never, ever, ever.
You came home, you stripped down, you put on play clothes. That's what you wore till you went to bed.
Yeah.
But today, and it's our own fault.
I miss the 80s, though. Don't you? Don't you miss the 80s?
Man, we're sounding old now.
We don't have the technology in the 80s.
The
'Cause
distraction. We didn't have the distractions.
I'll tell you what, the last time we were in Missouri, I took my boys to the W Piles. People back home will know what W Piles is. But that's where we always went every Friday or Saturday night. That's where our party spot was.
Mm-hmm.
If we had social media back in the
my
early
goodness.
90s,
Oh my goodness.
we would all be.
We would not. We'd be in jail.
We'd probably all be in prison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or would.
I mean, look, I wasn't.
Oh, I did some stupid things.
I was the one guy at the party that wasn't drinking, but I also didn't have a driver's license, which was kind of dumb.
There you go.
But, I took some risks.
Yeah, I'm. And that's a stressor that I think many of us, our age and older, fail to completely comprehend with today's younger generation. They've grown up, most of them, with everything out there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the iPhone came out in 2007. Facebook was out in 2007, 2008.
Right.
So for the last 13 to 14 years, and before then, before Facebook, you had
MySpace.
And so everything they've done for the last 14 years is all out there online. And there is a level of stress
Oh, yeah.
that we never understood. And we just had different stress. No, you didn't. We did not have.
We didn't have that kind of stress.
We did not have that kind of stress of, is this going to, and it may not be a known stress, but what happens if somebody's filming this?
Yeah.
What happens if somebody snaps a pic, and then they misconstrue it, or
Right.
all this other stuff. We didn't have that stress because
Thankfully.
when Friday night was over and Saturday night came, nobody remembers Friday night
Right.
because it's
Right.
not out there for all the world to see.
Yeah.
Employers didn't see that,
No, that's probably huge. Employers did not see that.
and
So we didn't have it so bad.
we didn't.
I don't want to say back in my day, but back in my day.
We didn't have it bad, but I think that when we fail to realize the extra pressures and stresses that some of this generation has, we become irrelevant
Yeah.
because we're not understanding and we're not taking the time to understand what is it you're going through. But I think the lack of allowing consequences to run their course has created a problem for them,
Well,
and
yeah.
then consequently for us.
We try to jump in too quickly and fix things.
Yeah, we're just trying to be helpful,
Right.
but is it?
But we're not helping.
No.
We're just.
I have 2 scars on the inside of my bottom lip because my top 2 teeth went completely through my bottom lip because I hadn't learned how to properly put the brakes on my bike. I never forgot. But
I ran into a car one time because I was riding a 10-speed bike and I'd never used handbrakes.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
we learned right quick.
I'm steady pedaling backwards and we're not slowing
Nothing-
down. I'm like,
nothing's
what's
going
going
on?"
on?
Right.
Boom, over the hood of the car.
But today
Just like the Duke
we wouldn't have
boys.
allowed that to happen
No. And I
because
wasn't.
I don't want my baby to get hurt.
Right.
Well, if you don't get hurt, how do you learn?
Yeah, but did you die? I'm just saying, but did you die?
Well, that was the question we always got asked.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so bad. Did you die? Well, no, I'm still alive. Okay, then you're okay.
Okay, come on home.
You're okay. And I don't know. We just, it's complicated. We've got to, we have to step back sometimes, and we have to the hardest thing for a parent to do. We have to let them fail, or they don't. Or they don't learn. Hardest thing ever.
That's another talk for another day because we can go all day on letting them fail.
Yeah. Or they don't learn. Same thing happens in church.
Yeah?
I have a bad habit. People think it's good. My wife says it's bad. I have a bad habit of not letting some things fail.
Yeah.
I step in.
I do the same thing.
Well, we don't have enough volunteers. Well, because I think whatever program X is, really needs to happen. And so I will step in and support it to make it happen when that's not teaching the group at large anything. That's just wearing me out and taking me away from my family. When if I let it fail, my fear is if I let that fail,
Then it never comes back.
no, then that's a bad mark on me.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, church people are not always the nicest, and that will be a black mark on you, because well, look at that, you grew that church all the way down to 40 people. Mm-hmm. Well, you know, where's the community involvement in that? But I have a bad habit of doing that and not just stepping back and going, that's, you know, like Peter, this is not my job.
Right.
You seven go over here and fix this. My job is over here. I have a hard time separating that because I love what we need to
Right.
do so much that I will overextend myself, and then everything is mediocre and nothing's excellent anymore. Mm-hmm. And that's a problem.
Yeah.
You know, so that spills over
But
into
it's not.
parenting.
But
It
it's not
spills
your.
over-
It's not your problem.
No, but as the sole person accountable before God for everything that happens in the church,
It is your problem.
it is my problem. So, but it's also my responsibility to say, from a parental pastoral perspective, is the best thing for this just to fail so we can learn a lesson through it? Is the lesson they need greater than the program?
And those are
That goes to parenting?
those questions only come through hours of prayer.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yep. Hey, you guys have a great day. Hey, HVAC is supposed to start up tomorrow. I don't think all the tiles and the cleanup will be done by Sunday, but the HVAC is supposed to start up tomorrow, barring any difficulties. It will be cooler.
Tomorrow at 8 a.m. So
It will be cooler this weekend. Hopefully everything will function properly.
yeah, hopefully we won't have. Yeah, it's just
Yep. So we're down to just a few days. Woo!
finally.
That's right. All right. We'll
All
see
right.
you guys.
Love you guys.